This is Courtney, and we are reading in our science book on page 252, section 9.3, Fish, Masters of the Watery World. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to float effortlessly through the water, like a trout, or in a stream, or like a guppy in a glass bowl? How would you breathe? What would keep you afloat? Where would you rest? Tools of fish. God has given fish some unique tools to help them in their watery world. Fish, like all other vertebrates, have skeletons with backbones, which are covered by muscles and skin. They see, smell, touch, taste, and hear. They have hearts that pump blood and stomachs that digest food. But unlike all other vertebrates, fish breathe by swallowing water. Gills for breathing. You may have noticed a goldfish opening and closing its mouth as it looks at you through the aquarium glass. When the goldfish opens its mouth, it allows the water to gush in over the gills, the breathing organs of most water animals. The gills trap the oxygen dissolved in the water send the oxygen into the bloodstream. In this way, the fish inhales or breathes in air through its gills. The fish exhales or breathes out air and the excess water through the gill opening located along its sides. A thin, bony gill cover helps to keep the water flowing in the right direction by blocking water that does not come through the mouth. The gill system is God's special provision that allows fish to breathe underwater. Swim bladder for floating. Another tool that makes life easier for some fish is the swim bladder. The swim bladder is an organ inside the fish which works like an inner tube or flotation device you might use while swimming. This bladder lets the fish stay at one level in the water without sinking. If the fish decides to float in deeper waters, it releases some of the air from the bladder, swims to the lower level, and then relaxes. If the fish decides to float near the surface, it swims to an upper level as it increases the air in the bladder and then rests in the new position. Without the swim bladder, the fish would not be able to rest unless it landed on the ocean floor. Provisions for swimming. The common fish is also equipped with a streamlined body that allows it to cut through the water with ease. When you look at a fish from above, you notice how its body is rounded at the front and thin at the tail. This shape forces the water to move around the fish as it glides along. You will probably see the fish has no hair or fur. Most fish are covered with a coat of hard, rounded discs called scales that protect the fish from outside elements. Scales not only shield the fish from many predators, but their mucus coating also serves as an aid in water travel by making the fish slippery. You will also notice several fins on the back, belly, and sides of the fish. The strong tail fin gives the fish sufficient power to move forward. The fins on the side and back work to steer and maneuver the fish through the water. Types of fish. The goldfish is only one of over 20,000 varieties of fish that are found in the world's waterways. Fish range in size from a giant 60-foot whale shark to a miniature half-inch dwarf goby. Fish display myriads of shapes and colors. It is obvious that the master creator used much creativity to devise so many different kinds of fish. Scientists have divided fish into three major groups: the jawless fish, the cartilaginous fish, and the bony fish. Jawless fish, hagfish, and lampreys are the only two types of jawless fish. Hagfish are primarily scavengers, hunting at night for dead or dying fish. Lampreys live by attaching themselves to other fish with their suction-type mouths. Cartilaginous fish, sharks, and rays are called cartilaginous fish because their skeletons are made of cartilage instead of bone. Cartilage is that rough but flexible substance that gives shape to your ears and nose. Cartilaginous fish have gill slits on the side of their bodies instead of bone-covered gills that are common to bony fish. They also move without the aid of a swim bladder. Therefore, a shark must keep moving to stay afloat. A ray prefers to stay on the ocean floor, where its flattened body makes it look like a rock. When the unsuspected meal draws near, the ray pounces upon it and eats it. Both sharks and rays move gracefully and quickly through the water at a speed great enough to overtake their prey. Bony fish. The majority of fish in the world are bony fish. There are more varieties of bony fish than there are varieties of mammals, amphibians, reptiles, and birds combined. You are familiar with many of the common types of bony fish, such as perch, mackerel, cod, trout, and goldfish. However, there are some particular fish that are included in this group. The flounder would look like an ordinary fish except that both of its eyes are on one side of its head. This phenomenon allows the flounder to lie flat on the bottom and surprise its prey. The archerfish watches for insects hovering above the water. When one comes close enough, the archerfish puts its snout out of the water and spits at the insect to shoot it down. Before the insect realizes what happens, the archerfish scoops it up and swallows it. The mud skipper of Indonesia can travel outside of its watery habitat by crawling from one mud hole to another. Because it prefers tropical swamp water, the mud skipper often finds itself in spots that are too shallow for comfort. When this happens, the mud skipper fills its gills with water and crawls over the dry land to another comfortable water hole. How many other interesting and mysterious fish can you discover? We will stop there for our comprehension check.